G'day, thanks for joining me for another episode of Talking Headstones. Today we're at the Emu Plains Genral Cemetery in New South Wales, Australia, and behind me there we've got the historic Church of St Paul's, built in 1848. So we're just going to have a look around, try and find some of the older graves from the, hopefully we got some from the mid-1800s, early 1800s. Not going to focus so much on the newer ones, just the old ones. So let's this little journey begin. So we're in the Coolamburra Garden Precinct, as the sign says there. We're just going to wander up to these ones up here that have got the wrought iron fencing around them, because they look like they'd probably be the older ones. It's Cornell's. Sarah Ann Pole, aged 81, died 7th of December 1910. Also William Pole, her husband, died in 1920. And Halise, daughter of the above, who died 25th of January 1935, aged 68. She hath done what she could. And there's also William James Pole, died 1948. I'm just going to have a look around and I'll bring you back when I find some older ones. So here we've got a nice old one with the beautiful wrought iron fencing. The tree here has actually grown into the grave of Adeline Maud Evans. By the looks of it, it's 1876, and she's also there with John Lawrence Vane. It's pretty hard to read that. Hopefully you might be able to see it better than I can. Next to her we've got Harriet Ablett, beloved wife of Edward Evans, died 9th of April 1891, aged 87 years, at rest. There's also someone else there, but it's a bit hard to read. I love these ones that have the little footstones. Over here we've got the Poole family. This is the children. Arthur Poole died at age 9 and Maud Poole aged 8. So that's a bit sad. It's a lovely tombstone they've got there. Nice urn on top. So who was their parents? Frank Poole and Arthur Poole, who died June 1865 at age 5. Not sure when Frank died. 1803 or 5. Aged 10 months. Wow, that's sad. The Poole family, I guess back in them days, a lot of people, they died very young because there was no antibiotics or anything for infections. No penicillin, maybe not yet. So this is Emma Mary, the beloved wife of William Thomas Poole, who departed this life September 6, 1865, age 51. So there's a few more up here we'll have a look at. the final resting place of Charles York. Another one, a beautiful wrought iron fence around it to the memory of Charles York, the beloved husband of Maria York, who died 18th of February 1861, aged 56. What a beautiful tomb. Also sacred to the memory of Eliza, beloved wife of William York, who died June 9th, 1870, aged 39 years. There's also Amy, died in 1870 there. It's another nice one here. The Hall family. Take a look at this one here. It's dead trees grown over the top of this one. Sacred to the memory of Mary Ann Elizabeth, beloved wife of James Herbert, who departed this life November, I think it's 1881. These ones here are pretty unreadable. So we'll just take a walk down here so you can see the lovely wrought iron fencing around these final resting places. The Uptons. More Uptons. Charles Curtis, 1874. William Dukes, Lydia. Some more here with the nice footstones. Oh, this one's been propped up. The wrought iron fencing's corroded away. It's just left with the stanchion poles. Charles Moore Mill of Moorcroft Springwood departed this life 4th of July 1895 in his 75th year. Take a look at this one that's fallen over. Hannah Kirkwood, who died 17th of September 1894, aged 86. Sad when you see these graves that are just, no one looks after them. The tree there's probably the thing that caused the damage to make the headstone fall over, but she's still there. Some Bunyan family. Alan Breeze, died 1914. Grandchildren. Oh, look at this one. Her tombstone's fallen over. Samuel C. Shaw, who died 17th think that's could be 1881. There's Rachel, beloved wife of John Shaw, died 24th of February 1894, age 52. John Shaw died in 1916, 25th of April 1916. Here's a nice one. Claude George Turnbull, who died 19th of January 1906, age 21. And his mother, Elizabeth Ann Turnbull, who died 24th of April 1925. So we might take a walk up here and have a look at some other graves. I can see a couple of ones that look a bit old up there. The previous graves were in the Anglican section. We're now moving into the Catholic section. So we'll go up here, we'll have a look at these. One up here that's on a lean. So here we have to the memory of Thomas Boland, who departed this life March, I think it says 1889, aged maybe 87 years. The wind's starting to pick up, so hopefully it's not ruining the audio. Also Thomas Edward, died March 6, 1892, aged 46. So that one's starting to sink down. Oh, look at this one. Sweet Jesus have mercy. Jane Elizabeth Boatwright, died 1898, aged 36. There's also Annie May, William James. Find any research on who some of these people are, I'll put it up in text. If there's any information on the internet about them. This is John Paul, died 1909, and also Maria, beloved wife of the above, who died in 1916. I don't know if you can see over the back there near that big tree there, there's looks like homeless people live there. Here we have James Green, in memory of James Green, died 18th of October 1909. Memory of Hugh Phillips Cock, England, born April 25th 1840 something, died May 25th 1862. Rest in peace, Hugh Cock. I don't want to be funny, but I bet he had some nicknames at school. Huge Cock. To the memory of John Watkins, who departed this life February 1867, aged 54 years, well, it was February 10th. A native of Pembroke, South Wales. Watch, for we know not when he cometh. Ain't that the truth? So there's some more. I won't read every one of them. You don't want to hear my boring monotone voice. So by the looks of it, a lot of them are like from the mid 1800s. I was thinking there might be a few more older ones here, but it doesn't look like it. Emu Plains would have been founded back in the early 1800s, because it was like a travelling stop over the mountains. Like once you got to Emu Plains, you had to cross the river, or once you crossed the Nepean River, you were in Emu Plains, I should say. Said all his wrought iron fencing has collapsed over the years. Albert Donaldson, 1888, age 20. This one's broken off. Mary Ann Smith, born somewhere in England. Okay, so we might head back up to the other end of the cemetery, see if we could find anyone sort of half famous. These ones with the footstones at the end of the grave. Beautiful heart. The sand masonry, I think they call it, were top of their game back in the 1800s. Stonemasons, I should say. Stonemasons, that's the word I was looking for. Okay, so I'll bring you back in a second. So this is the Ryan family headstone or plot. I'll just read a little bit about James Tobias Ryan, 1818 to 1899. Butcher, pastoralist, politician and sportsman, was born on the 4th of January 1818 near Penrith, New South Wales, son of John Michael Tobin Ryan, printer, and his wife Mary, 1791 to 1872. His mother was the daughter of Anthony Rope and Elizabeth Pulley, First Fleet convicts, who in May 1788 were among the first to be married in the colony. John Ryan reached Sydney in 1813 in the Indefatigable with a life sentence, and in 1827 took over the rope farm at South Creek. It was a sportsman that Toby Ryan was best known. Large and rugged of frame, he was in his youth a good boxer and later a crack pigeon shooter. He defeated the New Zealand champion H. Redwood, and in the early 1860s was president of the short-lived Metropolitan Pigeon Club, which met at Charles Beale's Hotel in Sydney. He also bred pigeons for shooting and was a successful racehorse owner and breeder. He raced Traveller, a famous performer in bush meetings who repeatedly defeated F. Gardner's Don't You Know It at Forbes in 1862, and several horses did well in the Metropolitan tracks. So that's James Tobias Ryan, an early settler in the Penrith area. Okay, so that's about it from Emu Plains Cemetery. I hope you've enjoyed this little video of the people that are buried here in Emu Plains, New South Wales, Australia. As you see up behind me is the St Paul's Church, built in 1848. Don't forget, if you like this, subscribe to the channel, give it the thumbs up, and I'll see you soon where I'll be looking at some of the colourful identities of the Australian 1970s. So looking forward to doing that. So thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time on another episode of Talking Headstones.